Hi, welcome to a Simplified and Fabulous Mom Life podcast. I'm Jennifer McDaniel, pro organizer, capsule wardrobe stylist, and functional home designer. As a mom of four, I realize how quickly things get out of control and how important it is to prioritize how your home functions and how it makes you feel. So if you're ready to find solutions to the stressors in your home and make room for the things that are really important, listen in and let's get started. Hey guys, I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for all of your support. Thank you for being here for me and encouraging me with this podcast. Your reviews on Apple Podcasts mean so much to me. Everybody that's joined my Facebook group, I appreciate you so much. And I just wanted to thank you. I wanted to read with you the verse. It's in Luke chapter 6, verse 36, and I'm reading from the Message. I tell you, love your enemies, help and give without expecting a return. You'll never, I promise, regret it. Live out this God-created identity the way our Father lives towards us, generously and graciously, even when we're at our worst. Our Father is kind. You be kind. I just wanted to share that because in many of the lives that I'm going into, they feel like they're at their worst. That's why they need my help, because their house is a mess. They don't know what to do with it. They're just overwhelmed. I've been there myself. I've had to call in friends to help me. I've had to get help with my house at times. And I know when I was pregnant with my fourth, I was just so anemic. I was absolutely exhausted. Every part of my body hurt from the top of my head down to my toes. Every single part of me hurt. And I had a little baby, a toddler that was 2 when I was pregnant, and he turned 3 right before the end of my pregnancy. I know during that time, I was just really struggling. I couldn't even clean behind the toilets. I was winded and exhausted before I could get the bathtub scrubbed, trying to keep up with all the mess that the kids made and just all the stuff. And I literally threw everything, everything that was annoying me, I bagged it up and threw it in my attic. And there's pictures that I've shared of a before and after attic. That was mine. That's me pregnant. I called my friend to help me clean out my attic because I was so overwhelmed and I couldn't handle the thought of bringing my baby home and knowing that that was up there, because then I would have not just 3 kids, but 4 kids to deal with 24/7 and be responsible for, and making sure they had all the things. And I knew that that attic wouldn't get done if I didn't get it done before I had that baby. And boy, oh boy, I didn't know what was in store for me after that. But I'm so grateful that I made the call. I let my friend in to see my disaster and the most embarrassing part of my house. And she helped me get my house back together. I'll share those pictures again. I'll make sure that they're on the Facebook group if you want to see those. I understand what it's like to be so overwhelmed with some space in my house or the whole house. There have been times when it felt like the whole house was just overwhelming, especially in this house where it's so big and my kids are so much older and they are so much more capable of doing things in the house. And that means that they're a lot more capable of making really big messes that they don't clean up, even though they're capable of it. And that causes even more frustration and stress with teenagers and older kids that are fully capable of cleaning up their mess. They just choose to not do it. And that just, you have to pick your battles, but you also have to encourage them to be respectful of our homes. And leaving trash on the floor and leaving a disaster in the kitchen after they've used it does not feel respectful. And so that's something else. And I understand that. I'm literally dealing with that right now. I have currently confiscated an iPad, an Xbox, and a cell phone because of this exact situation. I have situations in my life that I'm absolutely embarrassed that I have had to go through. And the fact that I had to have someone else come and help me, sometimes that's just what we need to make us get back on track. And if that's where you are, reach out. I would love to help you. Let me be there for you. We can do it virtually. It doesn't have to be in person. If you're local, I can definitely help you in person. If you feel like paying for my travel, we can do that in person there too. My heart is with you. I'm supporting you. I'm cheering you on. If you want to share pictures and get some encouragement that way, some ideas or some where to start, I have a couple of podcast episodes on where to start when you're feeling overwhelmed. Number 1, start with the trash. Number 2, just grab a bag and start like a grocery sack and start filling it up with some things that don't belong in that room. That's where you start. When you're feeling so completely overwhelmed, you just start with something so simple. Get the dishes out of the room, pick up the trash, get the kids' toys collected, put the clothes away. Start somewhere simple. Pick a category or just a surface, one table, or just the sofa, or just the floor, or just the countertop. Start somewhere really small. If you can't figure out where to start, just close your eyes and put your hand out, and whatever you touch, that's where you can start, right there. You can start in the bathroom. It's small, it's less emotional. You're not going to be as attached to things in the bathroom as you are in other areas of your home. But start somewhere. Make a difference. Set the timer for 5 minutes, or just make a plan to fill up one bag or one basket and get that stuff out of that room and then put it away. That's all you have to do all day. If that's something, you have made an improvement. You've done it. The other thing that really seems to be one of the biggest things for moms when you have little ones is that the toys just start to take over the home. I don't let my kids bring toys into the living room. We only have living room toys that are allowed down there. One small basket, and we rotate them so that they get the different toys every couple of weeks. That's something that I really, really focused on, was that I needed to be able to keep some space really neat and tidy so that I could go somewhere and breathe when I was feeling so overwhelmed. And the number one place for me when I had so many little kids was to keep the kitchen and the downstairs, they were connected. So keeping those spaces cleared, oh my goodness, that made a huge difference in how the rest of our day went. If I could keep the kitchen tidy, oh, I felt like I had I had accomplished something. If you need help figuring out how many to keep, do we need to do a challenge? You guys let me know if we need to do a challenge to clear out some clutter for the summer. We have a lot going on here in my household this summer with all the birthdays and different things. And my kids start right at the end of July. They are back in school. That makes it a pretty short summer, but very exciting. And lots to do and lots of family and happiness. And we just went camping with 32 people from our family. It was so fun. We had such a great time. And I want to do more fun stuff like that. I want to make those memories with my kids, and I want to be able to be available to listen and to be supportive of what they are needing in their lives, and to let them be free to be kids for as long as possible. I've got so many birthdays. My kids are growing up so fast. My baby is 5. My next one is going to be driving soon. She's got driver's ed, and she's, oh my goodness, so tall and so beautiful, and just they grow up so fast. And my boys are getting so big and strong, and wow, it's so fast. They used to be babies. I want to take in every moment. Are you like me? Do you go through the day and you have all these things that are on your list of to-dos, and then you have constant interruptions and frustrations, and then at bedtime you're just like, oh, I need to cuddle my babies even longer. Don't go to sleep yet. I need to cuddle you. Wake them back up and give them another hug or a kiss, or, snuggle in and tell them something sweet. And then you're still going to bed, or getting back out of bed to check on them and make sure they're back in their rooms and lights are out and that everything is okay. Oh, I do that so often. It's just so important that we are there and we are able to focus on the people. And if you are focused so much on the stuff, because when I am looking at mess, I can't think about my family and their needs. I'm thinking about all the to-dos. And that's why it's so important that it is so much better for you to just throw that stuff out than it is for you to sacrifice those moments that are so fleeting with your family and your children. The stuff is not important, but those babies are. Our children are important. Our time with our family and those that we love, doing a kindness for someone. Those are things that we can do that really make an impact. But if we're so focused on our to-do list, we miss those moments. We miss them. And then what do we have to show? How accomplished do we feel when we didn't spend time with the people that we love and all we did was work? You miss it. Those moments can't be returned. You can't get those years back. So let's make the best of what we have, what time we have left. That song from Tim McGraw, To Live Like You Were Dying, and the thoughts and the movies that play those people where you see that they know that they're dying, and their perspective on everything changes. Anybody that's had a near-death experience or they've had like a serious life impact, you live differently after that, and you can't help it. You can't. You just do. You treat people differently, you think about things differently, and you have different values. Slightly different. Maybe a lot of them are the same, but you have thought like something has shifted because you know that the time with the people and the way you treat people is where those memories are going to be. Not in how much work you did and not how much stuff you had. None of that is important. So if you need help getting rid of some stuff or getting a decluttering going or trying to figure out just what to keep, that's something that I'm here to help you with. Let's talk. Let's do it. Get it done before it's too late and you miss out on something that's so important. I don't want you to live with regret. Let's make it better, mamas. Let's do the best that we can with what we have and make more time instead of tasks to do. Let's make more time by getting rid of the things, because every item that you have, every belonging that you have requires some sort of time and attention, whether it's dusting it or moving it or adjusting it or whatever specifics that have to be done. Your stuff takes your time. It takes your attention, takes your focus. So what's important? Where do you want your focus to be? Because I'll get rid of everything. I don't need anything in my home more than I need my family. I'd get rid of every single thing. There's not a single thing I would trade for my family. Nothing. I know that they're more important than any belonging that I have. I would give it all up right now tonight. Wouldn't think a thing about it. Yeah, it would be hard to get rid of it. Yes, it would be a big adjustment. But it's so worth it, because if I got rid of my entire family, I'm not sure I could breathe. But without the stuff, I'm fine. I'll probably feel lighter and less burdened. I want to help you guys. If you need help, reach out. You can find me at jmorganizingspaces.com. You can find me in the Facebook group. The Facebook group is How to Declutter, Organize, Style, and Design for Overwhelmed Moms. And again, that is How to Declutter, Organize, Style, and Design for Overwhelmed Moms. That's where you can get the Facebook group and share pictures and anything that you have questions about. You can also reach me by phone. My phone number is US number, so it's +1 980 389 0399. Feel free to text that number. It does get text messages, so feel free to text away and I will respond as I have time available. But as you know, family is more important to me, so I will get to it within a day or two, depending on when it is. So we have a lot of birthdays, so if I'm busy with birthday stuff, it might be 3 days before I get to it, but I will try my best to get to it pretty quickly. Sometimes I'll answer immediately, so just be ready. I just really want to help people. I love it so much, and I hope that you are able to see that in my podcast here. I hope that you're able to see that in my Facebook group, and if you need any help, reach out to me. I can't wait to meet you. I would be so excited to meet you guys. So find me in the Facebook group and let me know you found me from the podcast. That is so special. I've had a couple of people say that and I need to message them back. I haven't done all the Facebook messages yet. But oh my goodness, I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. You guys have helped me reach 10,000 downloads on my podcast, which I was in tears. Just blows my mind. I cannot believe we have hit 10,000 downloads. What a celebration. This little podcast that God told me to do just a few months ago. And here we are, 10,000 downloads. I'm just so blown away. Thank you guys. God, I just thank you for each and every one of these listeners right now, everyone that's listening to this podcast. And thank you for them. I pray for them. Let me be a blessing. Let me say whatever it is that you want me to say to them. Help them to have the support and encouragement and the guidance that they need to be where you want them to be in life, Lord. That you would make clear your goals and purposes for them, that they would take action and do what it is that you are encouraging them to do, to be who you are calling them to be, and to focus on what you want for their lives, Lord. What helps your kingdom, not theirs. Lord, just show them what it is that they need to do and where they need to make an impact today, right now, today. Where do they need to put their attention? Where do they need to put their time? Show them where to focus and help them to do what it is that you need for them today. Thank you, Lord, for listening. Thank you for hearing us, and thank you for being with us. Amen. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Simplified and Fabulous Mom Life podcast. We would love to hear from you. Our podcast hotline for US is 980-389-0399. You can share your tips and tricks, topic suggestions, ask questions, and let me know if we should answer any of these on the air. For other ways to connect, you can reach us at jmorganizingspaces.com.
Thanks for listening to this episode. Did I say it right?